All right, Sharilyn, what absolute shenanigans have we gotten ourselves up to this time?
Well, this time we are beginning the spinner wheel buddy read. Yay!
Cheers.
Cheers, besties. I'm dying. What you drinking?
I have the vanilla sweet cream cold brew.
Oh, hey, cold brew, bestie. Also cold brew with the pecan cold foam.
Sweet.
So,
Second cheers.
second cheers.
So, we have this wheel. How many spins are we doing,
So
Sharilyn?
excited. Well, Tabatha, I'm glad you asked. Seeing as there's two of us, we've decided to do 2 spins. Now, that doesn't just mean we'll have 10 options and we'll each spin. No, that's too easy. We have 2 categories of 10 options and we each get to spin once.
And
So,
the categories are...
drum roll, please! Spooky reads for spooky season
Excellent.
and an out-of-pocket spooky read for spooky season.
So both spooky, one more in our comfort zone slash
One of more of a,
normal.
typical horror, and one more out of left field.
Yes, some of which we have never heard of before today. Most
Most
of
of
which.
Yeah, there's one you had heard of
Yes.
before today.
Yes.
So we're gonna start with the more traditional, typical horror in our comfort zone. We're gonna start with the comfort zone spin, and we don't know where the white marker went, so we're gonna use sticky notes
Yes.
to fill in these slots here as we tell you about each book we've picked out, and then we'll do a little spinny spin, and then we'll come back for round 2 with the out of the comfort zone, out of pocket, out of left field, out in the great beyond,
The great unknown.
all that jazz.
So what's your first more serious read?
My first more serious option. I will begin with Slewfoot by Brom.
Stick it on the board.
This lovely little tale here is that one of bewitchery set in colonial Connecticut. Yes, I just said it that way. Leave me alone. What is your first pick, Tabatha?
My first pick is Rosemary's Baby.
Woo!
Exorcism, I think. Definitely Demon Baby.
Demon Baby.
Demon Baby!
Perfect. All right, my next is Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. I said Net. What did I just read about this one? Nestlings is a mix of the creeping paranoia of Rosemary's Baby and the urban horror of Salem's Lot. Here for it, I think.
And that will be a reread for me if we get that one. But I forget a lot of details, so I am all for that.
So who knows if, do you know if what I just said is correct?
I do, actually. In this one instance, the next one that I have, there's a basket on, and it's called The Changeling. So we've got Rosemary's Baby, and then we've got The Changeling.
Okay. Creepy kids.
So, yep, creepy kids galore.
Because kids are creepy. My next title is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. Would also be a reread for Tabatha over here. But it is a House of Usher retelling, more on the atmospheric side.
And if we get that one, we'll probably also throw in Edgar Allan Poe's
House of Usher. I don't see why not, yeah. That would be
like
a good
20
idea
pages,
to see
so.
how they compare.
My next book is a classic, and that is Something Wicked, This Way Comes. I think it's got a carnival.
Dun, dun.
Carnival comes to town sometime
And it's
after
game
midnight.
over.
Lots of people love that one.
All right, my next to last
Next.
is I don't have a physical copy of this book, but I do have the sticky note for it, and it is The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. I picked this one out because I just finished I Was a Teenage Slasher by him, and I really loved it, so that's an option for another by him.
And the Evernight special editions just came out. So
Nice.
if we like it, who knows?
then we know what to do.
All right, my next one is someone who has a strong sense of smell and wants to create perfumes and is a murderer.
Cool.
And it's called Perfume. Probably
Sign
should say
me
the
up.
title.
Perfume. A strong sense of smell. Good. Couldn't be me. My last title is Diavola. And it is a twist on a haunted house tale.
That's a cool cover.
It has a cool cover. It's one people talk about here and there, so you know.
This is one that people also talk a lot about here and there, and that's A Head Full of Ghosts.
Nice.
So, yep. Also, probably haunted house.
Oh, I could see that. It's got
I
a
would
staircase
guess.
on the front. You good, fam?
There's cat hair on it.
Hard to get away from.
All
All
right.
right, my love. Will you do the honors? Hang on, let me get it on camera properly. There we go.
Yes.
There we go. Is that okay?
Yes.
Sweet.
3,
2, 1.
Our fate is being decided.
I'm nervous. And that is
Slewfoot.
Okay.
We're getting our witchy season on.
yes. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
An ancient spirit awakens in a dark wood. The wild folk call him Father, Slayer, Protector.
Slayer.
The colonists call him Slewfoot, Demon, Devil. Oh, to Tabatha, a recently widowed outcast, alone and vulnerable
Oh my God.
in her pious village. He is the only one she can turn to for help. Together, they ignite a battle between pagan and Puritan, one that threatens to destroy the entire village, leaving nothing but ashes and bloodshed in its wake.
Dun, dun, dun. See, all I knew is that people love Brom, and that has a sick-ass cover, and witchcraft. That sounds pretty cool, though.
That works for me, dude.
Sounds pretty cool.
Very excited for that.
So that's our first book. Are you guys ready to find out what our out-of-pocket picks were?
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited for this part.
We have only one of them as a physical book.
The rest are available on the interwebs, mostly KU or it's just a mess of ink that these turned into that checks out. Yeah. you washed your hands?
No! We're gonna keep going.
All right. Do you want to start us off since I started the last
Sure,
one? Cool.
sure. So first book we have, and actually I guess I've heard of two of these because I've heard of the physical copy and one that we have down here. But anyways.
Oh, okay.
I have not heard of this one, and that is Birthday Party Demon, Sweet 16. They summon a demon.
Girl, what'd you wish for?
I saw words like fashion catalog, and it related it to the craft and things like that. So,
Okay.
you know,
I'm here for it. We'll find. My first title is a spooky Halloween romance entitled "Pounded in the Patch." I'm honestly, I love the title, so we'll see.
Do you know anything about the book or just romance?
It's
Somebody gets pounded in a patch. I guess that's all we really need to know, probably.
yeah. The title speaks for itself. I'll give you that much.
My next pick was Prehistoric Nightmare, The Graveyard Shift. And that is zombie dinosaurs.
I do love me my dinosaurs.
You do.
And I don't love me my zombies.
So it's
It's a toss-up.
so
My next title is a dark sapphic romance entitled Wicked Depths, and is between a sea witch and a dragon queen.
nice.
As you can see, there are tentacles on the cover. It's the real reason it made it onto the list.
Makes sense. Checks
Yes.
out. Checks
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
My next one is Killer Vocals, which is a combination of a music competition and murder.
Oh, let's go. My next title, this one is a little less out there. It is called Resort at Castaway Bay, Haunting or Homicide. And it's a cozy murder mystery. And honestly, the cover alone gives me kind of like Scooby-Doo vibes. So I'm hoping it would be along those lines.
Yes. Excellent.
Like cozy mystery.
Cozy mystery. Okay. This is the one that I've heard of on my list, and that's Cotton Candy Massacre.
Yes.
Massacre at a Circus.
Enough said.
Yep.
All right, this next one, similar in the vein to my last one, also kind of cozy, mystery, spooky, maybe Scooby-Doo vibes, is Haunts, Hikes, and Havoc. Dun, dun, dun!
Love the alliteration.
Me too, me too.
And then my last one is why am I holding this up like you can see it? Slash tag.
You're
And
in.
that is 200 cameras, 7 celebrities, 1 haunted hotel.
That sounds fun. Honestly, a lot of these sound like a lot of fun.
Especially Pounded in the Patch. Like,
Pounded in the badge. My last book we do actually happen to have a physical copy of, and it is Maeve Fly. Now this one we chose because of the insane cover and the fact that it is American Psycho meets Disney's Elsa. Like, come on. How could we not? So, here is hoping we get all of them.
yes.
All right, you're covering your whole face. I don't know what I'm wishing for.
I don't know either.
Like, guys, fingers crossed, let's go, come on, get a good one. Cotton Candy Massacre! Woo! Let's do it! Oh, clearly I'm excited for that. Yes.
You do love a circus.
I do love a circus, I do love a carnival. So.
And you are known for loving slashers.
No. I was a teenage slasher is different. That one is special. But we'll see how this goes.
Sweet.
All right. Well, we'll be right back
Yes.
after this short message from literally no one. There's nothing here.
Do you like murder? Have you
like
considered
mysteries?
going to a carnival?
Counseling, group therapy. Imagine like group therapy at a carnival and you get the little tickets for it. It's like, I don't think there's enough tickets for my drama. Call the number that isn't on your screen, but it's 1-800-555-HELP. And in 20 easy installments of $19.99.
20.
You too can be out a lot of money.
I don't even know what you just said.
I said for 20 easy installments of $19.99, you too can be out a lot of money.
I thought you were gonna say pounded.
You could also potentially be pounded in the patch. Adds up to you.
Alright, we'll see you guys.
And we're back! So, we read books.
We did, in fact, read books. Were they all the correct books? Maybe.
We read books from that you
wheel.
saw just now. There were books, and we read some of them.
We're gonna start off with Cotton Candy Massacre.
We're gonna explain what happened.
We're gonna explain what happened here. So I started Cotton Candy Massacre, and it was fine. It wasn't like bad by any means.
Fine.
It was just not good either. So
You said it was very like B movie.
it was, and that's very intentional. It's very intentional. He literally writes like, and cut to scene, blah blah blah, and swoop over to so and so.
Oh, wow.
And so it's like very intentional, but
You can tell I didn't read it.
but it's also not my jam, and I don't think it's yours either.
Yeah.
And the characters were very B 80s horror movie as well. So they were very flat. They were very over the top at the same time. So flat and over the top.
Yeah.
And just like all of the things that you could predict. So like racist, sexist, all of that there. And it's part of discussing
fair.
80s like horror. So like it is, I don't think it's necessarily bad for having that because it's a conversation about
commentary.
it. Yeah. But it's also like once the horror started, it was like also very over the top as well. So like one person's like peeling skin off their fingers. Peel the banana, peel the banana, peel the banana. And that's a lot.
Yeah. Gross. Ew.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it gets like really gross really fast. And that's not really either one of our horror type. Definitely prefer like the more psychological or even paranormal we'll take. Gross out?
Yeah, gross
not
out.
really.
Body horror.
Yeah. And that's what this was body horror and gross out.
Dodged a bullet with that one. Yeah, so Tabatha texted me and was like, hey, I'm going to DNF this, and I don't think you're going to like it at all. And I was like, cool. What does that mean for the video? So we decided that we're allowed to do that, for one. It's our channel. We can do what we want. And that we can replace that book with something else from the spinner wheel.
Yes.
So this time we just chose books to read. Still didn't finish the one I chose. It's but we'll get there.
I think you get the idea of it.
But yeah, I got the idea of it immediately, and I was like, there's no reason to finish reading this book. So, but yeah, so we both chose a new book to replace Cotton Candy Massacre. Yeah, I guess I'll just get into that.
Yeah.
I naturally chose Pounded in the Patch. Yeah, it's exactly what you would expect from a dark romance, spooky novella. Like, it's literally
Pounded in the Patch.
Pounded in the Patch. Yeah, like, homegirl gets kidnapped by a masked man, and
We've all been there.
it's, you know, another Tuesday. And he has created this, like, pumpkin patch, crazy, fantasy, apparently, that she has had before. The whole book, I mean, from literally the first page, I couldn't read it seriously. It was just very, very over the top. There also, you know, there's the list of trigger warnings in the front, so you know what you're getting yourself into. But I was just like, I was very unserious. Yeah, you get both of their perspectives, and they're both a lot. They're both, yeah. So
Were you at least having fun with it?
I did not get very far at all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
so I was like, I don't think I would have had fun with it. I would have just been like, I'm just reading this to get through it. And it would have been like, good for them, I guess. Yeah, I didn't need to be in the cuck chair for that one. So I didn't finish reading it, and instead just worked on Slewfoot.
Yes, yes.
But you, in place of Cotton Candy Massacre, I want to hear your thoughts on
Mayfly.
Yay!
Finally finished it. Yeah, so we will discover how I feel about this together, because
Okay.
I am unsure.
Need to talk it out.
Yeah,
Yes, tell me
to
all
talk
the
it out.
things. Because yeah, this was one that I was interested in when we first spun the wheel moments ago. And yeah, so I want to just talk to me.
So it is, as it says, it is American Psycho meets Elsa. Our character is a Disney princess. They don't say Disney. They can't say Disney. They can't say Elsa. They don't say that. But they talk about the Mickey Mouse ears. They talk about her being the ice princess and her sister and the themes around the movie. So very much she is Elsa.
Like she dresses that way for a job.
For Disney. Yep.
Okay, she works.
And so they talk about Disney stuff. The thing is, I think it would be better if you haven't read American Psycho, because I'm sitting here just comparing it over and over again to American Psycho. And American Psycho has, like, it's already a satire, and it's already got a lot of discussions around a bunch of different topics. And this one has some topics, and it has some fresh ones as well. So it's got like a little bit of a lens into like feminism, things like that. So it's got that aspect, which it's still touched on in American Psycho. Like, yes, he murders women, and there are conversations around that. She also murders women and men. So like she also and she does some of the same things that he does in American Psycho. And they're like, one thing that bothered me was there's a line in American Psycho where he is telling someone about his job, and someone asks what his job is. They can't really hear him, and they don't really listen to him. They're not really processing. Like, one of the reasons he can get away with saying so much is because they're in New York. They don't give a shit about anybody else. And so he is telling someone that they ask what he does, and he is in mergers and acquisitions, but he says murders and executions. And she says that line.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't make sense for her to say it. And she does read American Psycho in this book, and she talks about, like, there are interesting points about how there are not a lot of, like, women serial killers in, like, media. So, like, there's a lot of, like, a lot of the popular serial killers that you see are men.
Yeah.
Patrick Bateman, in media itself, you don't see a lot. And so that's part, but she also like says it verbatim, and I don't really like themes to be
like
stated word for word.
Yeah, to be more subtle.
I do like the themes to be more subtle. She does quote Dostoevsky. So does American Psycho.
Oh, okay.
So it's really interesting on that level. And she mentions a few female serial killers in books and stuff, and she says all of them have, like, they can't just be pure evil for evil's sake. They have reasons, and I do get that. However, the most interesting ones always have reasons. So, like, yes, Patrick Bateman in American Psycho doesn't. Like, he is legit just evil or crazy or something. He's got, like, he's the most, as far as that goes, without reasons. But a lot of them are like, oh, some kids tried to drown me in school, and so I became a serial killer, things like that. So, like, a lot of the more interesting ones typically have reasons for it, too. Yeah. They're not just evil for evil's sake. So that was
they have, like, that trigger.
Yes. Yes.
Triggering event.
Yeah. And so that's part of this. There's also a really weird egg scene I'm not going to get into, but if you've read this and you know what I'm talking about, that was a lot. Anyways, moving on.
Okay.
But there were, so I'm torn because I just don't know that I can separate it from American Psycho as much.
Like, do you think you read it too close to having read American Psycho?
Maybe. But I also don't know, like, even if I read it like a few years ago, having read American Psycho, I don't know how much I can separate it.
Yeah.
Because it seems like everything that is done in American Psycho is not done as well in here. And so that's not really necessarily fair to this book, because this book is not American Psycho. It is a separate book, and it has its own things going for it. But I'm struggling to reconcile it.
So tied in
yes,
your head.
it's so tied. And so I'm like, oh, well, yes, she works at Disney, but they're like, they get into the jobs in American Psycho, and they work in finance. And so part of it is a discussion on that industry. And there is discussion on the acting industry, and there's discussions on Hollywood. So where American Psycho is finance,
and New York,
wealth, New York. This is acting, fakeness. So it's got its own elements. I would be really curious, since you haven't read American Psycho or watched American Psycho,
too, how that would hit.
Yeah, like if it would be better for you, because I'm trying so hard to give it its own space, and I'm struggling.
Yeah, that's fair. So, question: in the story itself, is she intentionally being like a copycat of
eventually
his character?
Eventually.
Okay.
Eventually she picks up his book, and there's also discussions around like Fight Club as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's reading, so she starts off and she's reading books. She goes to bars and she's reading books, and she has friends. She has a friend that she's close with, but she's afraid that friend is gonna like leave. And then she has a stable job with that friend. And then her grandmother is dying. And so she's got a lot of pressure. She's got a time clock immediately, because she knows that her grandma has about 2 years left to live. And so her life is going to be uprooted at that point. Her grandma is basically the only person she has contact with. And then also her friend. And her friend is really close to getting like acting gigs. And she knows that she's going to get that. And she has a feeling that once that friend does, that friend's going to leave. And that friend's not going to be friends with her anymore. So she's got those pressures. And she meets the friend's brother. And the friend's brother, he can see who she is. A little bit, and so can the friend. The friend can also see who she is, like see beneath her mask.
Okay.
And so those are interesting elements. And the ending, while frustrating, is also good and interesting in its own way. So I think that that's also something that has going for it.
Okay.
So good. We're getting some.
Yeah,
we're getting some good elements here. Those aspects, like this is really close to becoming like a dark romance. This is like borderline going into dark romance territory.
Interesting.
With the romantic elements that are in here. It's not, I would not categorize that it as that. But if they made a couple of different adjustments, I could see it being that.
All right. So those are those books.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
Every trigger warning. Just like American Psycho, just like all the just, is that a trigger warning that can you think of a trigger warning? Yep, that's in here.
Okay, so, good. Great. Love that. Love to see it. All right, so.
Slewfoot. Did Did you like it?
I did like it.
I liked it too.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. This was actually this was a really good one. Read it.
We'll wait.
Closed. Cheers, besties. Yes, this one, so good. So it's set in 16 something Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's
Puritan
like
before...
Puritan colonial Connecticut.
We have a girl who basically like mail order brides into the country.
Yeah, from England, gets married off to an American.
Yep.
Well, I guess they're all still British at that point. Anyway, a man in the colonies.
Yep.
And so now she has her new life here. And she's not a Puritan woman,
Nope.
but she's forced into Puritan society.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's that ain't her style.
She shares a lot of their beliefs, but not their extremism.
Yeah. Yes, that's fair. She's like, be good to other people, and they're like, if you do anything wrong, you're the devil. And she's like, that's not how this works. So there's a thing happens at the beginning that puts her in a bind, and she is now essentially like already being targeted by the village and by a specific man in the village, and she's trying to keep on with her life. Ends up
Collaborating with a little bit of a demon kind of situation. He could be a demon. He doesn't even know. He doesn't remember.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, so the story opens on this beast coming forth and having no idea who he is, where he came from. And so this is third person, so we get to bounce around some perspectives. And so we have this beast, we have this girl, we have villagers. And so beast and girl collaborate against the villagers. This story, there were so many good themes in the story. Pretty much right off the bat, feminine rage.
Yep.
I was like, yes, girl.
Yes.
There's so
Yes,
much
queen.
of that. There was, a lot of that extreme Puritan church belief and
and good people within that still. That's what I liked as well. It was, you had the very intense people, and then you had they are Puritan, but they're not extremists. Yeah. There were only like two of those, but they existed.
Yeah, it's like there were the good ones, and then the ones who took everything a step too far, and it was an interesting look at the society, how it was in the colonies and the 16 somethings. If you've read The Crucible, or the story of The Crucible, there were some moments in there that kind of were just like Salem witch trials in general, just like all the hysteria around witchery at that time period.
There's a moment where, you can see, like, literally, she's on a freaking boomstick. You see, there's witchcraft involved in this book.
It's a tale of bewitchery. It says so on the front right there.
Yeah. So when there is witchcraft accused, it's interesting on a couple different levels. Yeah. Because one, she's literally doing witchcraft, so they're not actually wrong.
That's actually like happening.
But it's interesting because there's a person who is one of the good people. And they're like, oh no, are we really doing this? Like, this is about to be,
they know the spiral is coming. They know that we're like moving toward hysteria, and they're like, guys, can we back off?
Can we think for a second?
Can we not go that way? Because we've seen how it goes.
But
Yeah, actually, they weren't far off. They were quite correct. But at the same time, because like the thing is,
that's where it got a little muddy.
Yeah, there was...
But I get what they're doing.
Yes. She was pure in her intention.
Intentions.
Yep. And so there may have been witchcraft, but she was not being devilish about it.
Right.
But there's still always, a price. So stuff still happens.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate for things.
Other things to discuss. The prose is it was way more of a simple prose than I expected.
But it was still like, I appreciated that their speech, their dialogue was like fitting. It didn't feel like a weird contemporary voice in this colonial setting. Like,
I think she did sometimes, but
maybe a little bit, but definitely there was enough that it felt like this fits the setting and the time period.
Yes.
And that I appreciated.
And the discussions around repression. They're Puritans. So there was a lot of repression. And like so much so that like she felt weird sometimes even having her hair down in her own house with her husband.
Like flirting with her husband.
Yeah.
Be like, homie. I was like, y'all are married.
Yeah.
It's like, this should be fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, I will say the story wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It very much was like, it was a different story from what I expected. It wasn't typical.
No.
Feeling at all whatsoever.
Nope.
I really liked how it went in the Beast's storyline. There were times where it like, I love the Beast, maybe.
I love the possum too.
Oh my gosh, you would.
I love him so much.
That checks out. Yeah, this little guy right here. There's a lot of art in this book. There's character art, and then there's art on the chapter heading. That just add
Hold on. I want to show my guy. That's my guy. That's my
Mm-hmm.
guy right there.
I'll get
Hide your
out of the way
face.
so it'll, child's face in the fish. But yeah, the Beast, his story and development, there was a lot of, I didn't know who to trust for a while.
Yes.
And that was very good. That was really good. Because
Yeah.
at first I was like feeling one way, and then I was feeling another. I kept going back and forth
Yeah.
because I was like, I don't know. Like, he doesn't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, we're kind of trying to figure it out.
And like one of the first scenes with him is very violent and sad.
Yeah.
And so like
he's very much set up. You're like, it makes sense. You're gonna think this, and then you like, yeah. There's so much. I love how many words we're using to talk about this story. But I do think it had a great resolution.
yes.
I think
for
I
sure.
think various characters had the right endings. And yeah, I
don't think it overstayed its welcome at all. It very much used the page
yeah,
count.
the pacing was felt good. It didn't feel
Yep.
like we stayed too long anywhere. Sometimes it moved like the timeline moved a little quicker than I expected.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. But that was like part of the story that happened.
I will say I read I physically read ebook. Eyeball read like the first half and then did the audio for the second half. Audio narrator is great.
Yes.
And there's a song and she starts singing it and her voice.
Yes. Oh, and the like, I guess folk
Yeah.
music, the tune. Yeah, that was lovely. Yeah. Oh, and that moment, that was a nice moment.
was
that was like a really sweet moment. I like
really
that
sweet
moment.
moment, yeah.
Yeah, I think that the characters were done well.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're saying yeah a lot.
Words are hard, okay? You try using words on a daily basis, see how that goes for you.
It's very imaginative,
Yes.
very creative.
Yeah, very like dark whimsy for sure. I really liked what are the words here? the way the witchcraft was presented, the fair folk,
Yes.
the people of the wild. So it's a very like folklore, I guess.
It felt very much.
Yes, it felt very, very folklore inspired and great atmosphere.
Very good atmosphere.
We're getting to the end of our day, so these words are clearly coming so easily to
And it's
us.
hard because this is such a good book and you just need to read it. And it's
Yes.
hard because there's so
many things we can't say.
so many things we can't say because there's an event that like it is not on here at all.
But there's
The
a very
triggering
important event that happens very early.
And that triggering event I didn't expect.
Causes the rest of the story. I know! That made me unhappy.
I was happy with where we were going.
Yeah, and then that happened.
that
and I was like, are
and
you
then
serious?
I was sad.
I was not happy with that event at all whatsoever.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, like,
It made sense for the story.
but it made me sad.
But it did. I
And
know.
there were moments of like recalling,
Yes.
and I was just like,
Yep. Yep.
but yes, I think the villains of the story, I think they were done very well. There were so many moments where I was like, at things that like they said, I was like rolling my eyes. I was like mad.
want
Like
the
I
villain
felt rage.
To get eaten by a wolf. I mean, I'm happy with what happens in the story. I think the resolution is great. Yes. That too.
Yeah, what happens? But yes,
What happens is perfect.
what
It
happens
is perfect.
is perfect.
It is perfect.
But I would also not mind if more happened.
I wouldn't mind that either. The villain was very villainy.
Yeah, it was done very well. To the fact that like I'm gonna fight that villain.
Rage.
No, like
Rage.
the amount of feminine rage from the get go.
Oh, yes,
Like
yes.
this entire book was that.
Yep.
And
Done very well.
yes, I like visceral. I felt it. It was just like, ugh. So there was a lot of stuff that happened in the book that was just like made me mad. And then, you know.
And then, another interesting aspect is that people be sheeples sometimes.
Yes. Oh! Yep. Yeah.
And
Yeah, it makes me so mad.
Once one person starts something, and then to
Yeah.
avoid things happening to yourself, the other people start doing
That made me so mad. I was like, ugh, yeah, that made me rage. I'm still raging. Yeah.
And you kind of like, if you step back from it a little bit, though, it makes sense for the time period as well.
like self-preservation.
It's self-preservation,
Yeah.
100%. Because you also see the consequences when somebody doesn't.
Yeah, it's so stupid. They're like, it's so stupid. Basically, once it's been decided about you, like,
Yep.
that's it. And it's a jury of public opinion or whatever that phrase is.
For sure.
Yeah, so it's like once it's decided about you, like, it doesn't matter what you say.
And if you don't go with the flow, there are consequences.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Because it's also applicable, like, we've all been in like school and stuff, and you've experienced things. You've experienced life probably, I assume. And so you've seen
Planet Earth, human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you've seen how, like, if somebody's ganging up on one person, and if you don't join in,
You become a target too.
yep.
Yeah. And it's
And
like,
and that's
why?
why and it sucks because you want to be able to say, I would never do this. I would never be the person that would gang up on, but you don't know unless you're in that circumstance.
that's a good point. That if you take a step back, like, you get it, but at the same time, like, that sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah, like, there's basically a rock and a hard place. Like, there's no winning. Like, just, it's self-preservation.
It is. To the detriment of
Others.
yeah. And I think it's a good lesson to take away, to be able to remember that self-preservation, if it costs other people, maybe don't.
But yeah, good book.
Very good
Yeah,
book.
I really liked it. All right. Well,
Thank you guys for
we did
joining
it.
us for our first spinner wheel.
Let us know how it went for you. Was this fun? Did you have fun? I hope you had fun. We had fun.
We did.
We did have fun.
Oh, were you cheersing?
No, I was pointing at you.
Oh, okay.
We had fun. You right there.
If you are not feeling chatty, first of all, let us know what books you wish we would have spun. And then if you're not feeling chatty, leave us a broom emoji for
Is there a broom emoji?
or your favorite witchy emoji.
I was gonna go with the moon. There's a giant moon on that.
Leave us a broom or a moon or your favorite witchy emoji. There's some flowers if
that.
you want to leave a flower.
A foot.
There's
Slip foot.
it's just gonna be feet now. So thanks for that.
Okay, we're gonna don't do that. Anyway,
We'll see you in the next one.
yeah. Cheers, besties.